Yes, ma'am.
Nose is itching.
Where are we? I always end up on such a squirrely page when I try to go to us on Facebook. Lottery.
Oh, wait, I forgot to hit that. Oh, okay, now Facebook should be going live.
Where do you get your tape? Here we are. And mute, and mute, and Sharzy. Share via everything. Share to a group, share to a page, share to my page. I hate when it does this to me. Nope, I love our show. Love our show. Brad, hello, little dude. How are you?
Hello.
He said he'd be the first one in. Brad Paisley. No, damn it. I hate when this thing, Facebook keeps doing that to me.
What's it doing to you?
I type something and it put something else. It said Brad Paisley. I'm like, no. Which one won't let me share? Choose right. I guess me. Now will it let me share? Public. There we go. That's what it was. It was us. Share to profile. Thank you. Share. Share. All right, let me do the same over on Tubes of View. 2-minute warning. Hello, us. Muted. Muted. Hello, room. And share. No, share. Share to everything. Share to Face Fire Truck. You will let me do that from here. Fine. Share to Twitter. That'll work. We are livid. We are live. Well, we are live. And post it. Like the sticker. And close it. And close it. Hey, Gregory, what's up? Linda, hi guys. I was over pushing buttons on the other page.
What I'm still doing.
Yes, the boss lady is still doing it. Hey, buddy. What's up?
Okay, I think I got them all. And it's time to start the music. Ready?
Musica, musica, musica.
Go.
Should have been colored.
For the show tonight, we're going to give you a lot of thoughts on everything you do now, even stupid things, because you're going to think they might be outlawed.
Hey, darling, how are you tonight?
I'm alive. I'm alive. Peachy, who's Gregory?
Hines. Isn't he listening too?
I don't know.
We got George and Fred and Sam and Bob and Bill and Tom and Fred.
Gregory. I don't know a Gregory. I am
there
lost.
Was always Gregory Peck, Gregory Spencer.
And Polo, Mr. Brad. Hi, Linda. Oh, me. All right.
We got bodies in the house. Yay. I love when we have people watching.
I know, right?
It makes me feel so good.
So as y'all can tell, we're going to talk about laws that people really don't know exist, that are stupid, but they're still on the books.
Still on the books. And there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
we probably have. We each of us pulled up different pages, of course.
He said it's Mojo and, Jedi.
Oh, hey, Mojo.
So who's Gregory?
I don't know.
And who's the band meaning our song at the beginning? Ooh, I would have to hunt for that. I can't remember. I just know we made it. We've been using it for a year, and I have no idea who it is. I totally forgot. I will find that out, though, and let you know.
Yeah, good, because I forgot. It's you. You're the one that picked it. I like it, though. It's got a good rhythm to it.
So you want to go on and get this thing started and do your daily hello?
This is a long one. Wait a minute. Let me get the...
because we got a lot to talk about on tonight's show.
That we do. All right, I'm moving stuff around because my mariachis went away. I don't know where the mariachis went. Yeah, you give them a nickel and they decide to go take the weekend off and have margaritas somewhere else.
Ah, gotcha.
Alrighty. And it's going loading. I didn't even realize it wasn't there until just now when I went to check it. Sometimes my computer acts really, really strange and does stuff the way it wants to, not necessarily how I want it to. Anyway, if we don't have sounders, we don't have sounders. I wonder what and it won't close. It's like halfway in the middle of wanting to load or not wanting to load. Installing audio.
Yeah, he was dancing a minute ago. Did you see him, Linda?
Again, when was I dancing? I don't dance. I couldn't dance if you paid me.
You were dancing in your chair just a minute ago. Don't lie.
Good evening, all you beachers. Happy sunny Saturday. It's the 65th day with 300 still to go in 2021. I'd hit the sounder, but it's like halfway in the middle. Today is National Oreo Cookie Day. The Oreo sandwich cookie is made up of 2 chocolate discs containing a sweet, creamy filling. Hey, 2021. Oreo cookie, yada, 2 discs fillings, and is loved by millions. Since its introduction, the Oreo cookie has become the best selling cookie in the United States. The National Biscuit Company, today known as Nabisco, I don't think they were making doggy biscuits back in those days, but who knows, first developed and produced the Oreo biscuit in 1912 at its Chelsea factory in New York City. Yes, New York City, where the salsa comes from. Today, the block on which the factory is located is known as Oreo Way, and that just brings a whole different connotation. It really does. Not good. Let's see. The name Oreo was first trademarked on March 14th in 1912. The first Oreo cookies in the United States sold for 25 cents a pound in a clear glass-topped novelty cans. In 1912, the Oreo biscuit was renamed Oreo sandwich. In 1948, the Oreo sandwich was renamed Oreo cream sandwich. William A. Turner developed the modern-day Oreo design in 1952. So Oreos have been around 2 years longer than me.
Who'd have thought there'd been so many variations?
Yeah, of just a cookie. The same black and white cookie. They made songs about it.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think it's pretty cool. 52 for the design. Let's see. Nabisco's principal food scientist, Sam Prochello, developed the modern-day Oreo cookie filling. And appropriately, since it's Oreo Cookie Day, it's also National Dentist Day. Ouch.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Wait. Linda wants to know, does an Oreo cookie and cream ice cream count? Oreo cookie and cream ice cream count. Does that count?
As a cookie?
Like, as an
It's Oreo
Oreo?
cookie day. So yeah, as
As
long
an
as you
Oreo?
have Oreo cookies in it, I guess you're hunky dory and safe.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how you get them, how you make it. Yeah, Oreo's an Oreo. And it's also National Dentist Day. Ouch. I hate dentists, always have. That sets aside a day each year for us to say thank you to the person who keeps our pearly whites in a tip top order every 6 months. In many cases, the day of our dental visit usually has us a bit nervous and sometimes anxious, where we would often rather be someplace else rather than sitting in that chair, like going in for a colonoscopy, maybe. I don't know. Giving
No, I'll
birth.
pass.
Giving birth, maybe. I don't know. And the dentist is not the person most of us look forward to seeing. However, when our checkup is done, our teeth are cleaned, the cavities are filled, the broken tooth is fixed, or the toothache is gone, and our wallet is a whole lot less full. We appreciate what the dentist has done for us as we grab our ankles. The dentist is also the person we count on when a toothache or emergency occurs. They make sure our oral health isn't signifying something more serious. Their office sends out reminders encouraging us to come in for our routine checkups, pap smears, and mammograms, and schedule us for appointments. They create plans for care and make our smiles look great. It's also National Dress Day, which means I should have pants on. By reflecting on memorable events, we recall our dearest memories by what we were wearing. Dresses have been worn for hundreds of years. Today, they come in a variety of shapes and designs, from long to mini. And I really always did like the mini skirts, especially on fit and flare to the ball gown and A-line. Now, I thought the A-line was one of those trains you took in Chicago, but I
That's
don't
what I
know.
always thought they were. I thought the line meant that it was a train.
That's what I thought, or a bus route, the A-line. I don't know. It's a
Hmm.
subway car or something. I don't know. And
Interesting.
there's many ways to celebrate throughout the years. Dress designs have changed drastically. However, they still provide a distinct look and one-of-a-kind fit, adding a level of poise and confidence to any event on our most important days. We seek out the perfect dress made for the occasion, whether it's a prom, an interview, a first date, a big wedding day, a funeral. I don't know. I threw funeral in. Trying to be cute. It's also National Frozen Food Day. Hey, Art Link, not Art Link letter. Walt Disney, he got frozen, right? Let's see,
That's what I
National
heard.
Frozen Food Day recognizes the preservation feat that freezing fruits, vegetables, and meats have been on our modern day life. It's celebrated each year on March 6th. The observance takes a look at how frozen food impacts our daily lives, its history, and how far it has come. The American inventor and entrepreneur and naturalist Clarence Frank Birdseye II receives credit for developing the method for the flash of freezing, preserve, flavor, and quality of foods. Today, we see his name in nearly every canned good and frozen food aisle in every grocery store. Well, we used to anyway. While food preservation by freezing wasn't new, Birdseye discovered the key was freezing food quickly. Flash freezing forms small ice crystals which prevent the cell walls from bursting. Large ice crystals turn the food to mush. Blech. And Birdseye applied for many patents, but one of his earliest is from 1927 for a process to flash freeze foods. And no, I'm not saying that fast 10 times. I don't care if you pay me. In 1954, Swanson introduced the first frozen dinners. At the time, the consumers Westerners knew them as TV dinners since they were designed to be eaten in front of the newly popular television. The boob tube was born. Special folding trays called TV trays stored conveniently away when not in use, but when dinner time rolled around, they unfolded. Each person's a TV dinner. Everyone gathered around the television to enjoy their meal. These pre-cooked meals only needed to be heated thoroughly in the oven to be ready to eat. No cooking skills were required. Preheat the oven, cook for the required length of time, and eat. It's also National White Racist Chocolate Cheesecake Day. And cheesecake is a sweet dessert that is a mixture of soft, fresh cream cheese or cottage cheese, eggs, sugar on a crust made from crushed graham crackers, crushed cookies like Oreos, pastry, or sponge cake. Cheesecake can be prepared baked or unbaked and often served topped with fruit, chocolate, or whipped cream. There are many flavors in which cheesecake can be prepared. However, this day honors the racist white chocolate cheesecake. White chocolate racist is not chocolate in the strictest sense. It doesn't contact, that's what it says. It doesn't contact coca solids. I think it means anyway, during the process of manufacturing chocolate, the dark colored solids of the cocoa bean separates from the fatty content. With milk or dark chocolate, these solids are reincarnated. However, when making white racist chocolate, these solids don't return to the mixture. Additionally, white racist chocolate contains less caffeine than its darker counterparts. It also loses some of the health benefits as well, since it tends to contain more fat like me and sugar like me. Add it to an already rich dessert, and well, decadence should be expected. Give it to me. Give it to me, she yelled. I'm so wet. Give it to me now. Hey, she could scream all she wanted. I'm keeping the umbrella.
Alrighty. That was
That one was
interesting.
bad. That was bad.
Yeah, that was that. I won't lie, that was pretty bad.
That was terrible. I don't write them. I just read them. But I mean, I did have to put a little bit of, feeling into it. Hey, where did I go?
I don't know, but your
my
background
screen of green. Yeah, I just saw that. Where did my screen disappear?
We got Rocky. Settings. We got Rocky over on the YouTube, but she posted a picture. It looks like she's hurt or she's sick. I can't tell. I hope whatever's going on that you're okay, Rocky.
You know why?
Why?
You know what's open? My room with my background.
Well, you had your background a minute ago.
Yeah, but somebody changed something in the room and took it away from me.
Ah.
That's wild. Oh, well, I'll just be green.
That is weird.
I haven't ate you a peach thing, but because when Rusty and them were here, they were playing in my room when you and I were on, and the same thing happened, but we caught it beforehand.
She says she's got a bad headache. Well, I hope that if you got some peppermint, put some peppermint around.
Who has a bad headache?
Peppermint helps take headaches away.
Who has a headache? Sorry, you have a headache, whomever.
Oh,
Rocky Lee. Hi, honey. Oh, poor baby.
Well,
poor young gal.
I am going to start with laws right here in my state of Georgia. So y'all get ready to hold your ass. And whatever you do, don't keep it in your bathtub. Yes, it is illegal to keep a donkey in a bathtub in Georgia.
Bathtub in Georgia.
Yes, in Georgia. Okay, so Also in Georgia, you can't live on a boat for more than 30 days during the calendar year, even if
I've heard that.
it's just passing through the state. So if you pass through the state 30 times and stay there overnight, that's illegal if it goes over 30 days. Okay. And this one, you said you thought was also in Kentucky, but you cannot carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket if it's Sunday.
Right, on a Sunday. I've
Has to
heard
be
that.
on
I
a
thought that
Sunday.
was here. I haven't found that one written down yet, but I thought I have heard that one.
So in the town that's not far from me, probably about 15 minutes or so away from me, it's called Ackworth. All citizens must own a rake.
Must own a rake?
Must own a rake. Unlike the law in Kennesaw, which is next to Ackworth, where you must own a gun.
Oh, no, I like that law.
I like that law. Let's see. In Athens, Clark County, where the B-52s are from, adult bookstores may not sell alcohol.
Adult bookstores can't.
In other words, you can't sit in there and drink some alcohol and read some pornos or dirty books and whack the wiener.
You can't pound your pecker whilst you're having a beer.
Also, if you want to read your favorite book there in public to your friends, you have to do it before 2:45 a.m.
Well, as long as it's before 2:45. Why do the kiddies get out of school at 3:30? What?
No, this is in the morning. 2:45 in the morning.
Oh, a.m.
Yeah. Also, in that same town, goldfish may not be given away to entice someone to enter a game of bingo. I don't think that's going to entice me.
Now, I've seen where you throw the ping pong ball in the...
at the fairs. We have those.
Fishbowl, right.
Yeah, the local fair where you throw the ball, and if it lands in one of the bowls, then you get a fish.
Right.
Okay, so also around Athens, but not in Athens, owners of mules may not allow their animals to roam around Athens unsupervised. Well, that's a good
thing. So as long as you're babysitting, they can waddle free?
I guess as long as they're on a leash. Persons under the age of 16 may not play pinball until after, get this, pay attention, 11 p.m. in Athens. Under the age of 16. I'm sorry, but my kid, if he's under the age of 16, had better be at home in bed by that time.
Yeah, well, I thought there was a 10 o'clock curfew.
Apparently, they don't want you playing.
I can see not before 11 a.m., so, before an hour before noon, they can't play pinball.
Apparently, they don't want kids under the age of 16 playing pinball at all. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's also illegal to make a disturbing sound at a fair. I don't know what that means. Maybe if you burp or fart or something.
A disturbing sound. Well, if it's a silent flatulence, how would they know?
Well, that wouldn't be a sound. That wouldn't be counted as a sound.
Exactly. That would just be aroma.
Okay, so here's an interesting one. If you're going out of business in Athens, Clark County, you need a business license to hold a going out of business sign.
Our video went away on Tubes of You, or is it me?
Nope, it's still there.
Okay, must be me. It went away on me for some reason.
Okay, also in Athens, Clark County, it's illegal to sell 2 beers for the price of 1. Sorry, you're going to have to pay full price. In other words, you don't want to live in Athens, Clark.
Right.
Okay. While Georgia runs its own lottery, it's illegal to promote a private lottery under the guise that they are protecting their citizens. That flew over my head.
Okay, is anybody a lawyer? What?
Yeah, that went completely over my head. Mm-mm. Okay, if an organization not registered as a nonprofit, oh, here we go, nonprofit, fails to register their raffle with the local sheriff, that group risks paying up to $10,000 in fine and spending 5 years in jail. So you better
Holy
register.
sugars.
Okay, members of the state assembly cannot be ticketed for speeding while the state assembly is in session. So if the
Wait a
state
minute. They
assembly,
can't get a speeding ticket.
while the state assembly is in session, so while they're in session, you can speed all you want to.
You can or they can?
Members of the state assembly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm rushing here, I'm rushing there, and they won't get a ticket. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's all they had listed for weird laws in Georgia, but I'm sure we'll find some more. So what have you got?
Those are strange. Well, let's see. In the United States, there are both federal and state laws. The 50 states of the United States are allowed by federal constitution to formulate and implement their own laws. Some of these laws are rarely implemented and even considered weird, controversial, and obnoxious. Let's see. Washington, not D.C., state. It is prohibited to harass a Bigfoot. In the U.S. state of Washington, it's a crime punishable by either fine or jail term to harass a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or any other undiscovered species in Escamina County, Washington. And they were the first county to draft the law in 1964, which states that any willful, wanton slaying of such a creature shall be deemed a felony. Whatcom County, Washington also unanimously passed the law in 91, declaring the county a refuge for Sasquatch and Bigfoot.
This is Washington State, right?
Who could?
Washington State, right?
Right, Washington State.
Okay.
Any person violating this law likely to charge an amount not to exceed $100,000 or a jail term not to exceed 2 years. In Kansas, hand fishing. It's illegal to catch a fish with your bare hands. Hand fishing without a license is illegal in Kansas State.
No, wait a minute.
I'll get to that.
Isn't that a new
thing? It specifies.
Isn't that a new thing, though?
What? No.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Hang on. It explains itself.
Okay.
Anyone who plans to hand fish must first obtain a hand fish license in addition to a fishing license for an extra charge of $27.50. It seems straightforward enough, right? However,
okay, so you're catching a fish. I mean, I thought that the object of a fishing license, was to catch fish, and of course, most places limit you to so many pounds or so many count.
Size, right? They have restrictions. How big? How many? Exactly.
So you have to use a pole unless you get a special license.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have the license, it's illegal to do that. But it is legal to hand fish for flathead catfish from sunrise to sunset, June 15th through August 31st along the Arkansas River. All federal reserves beyond 150 yards from a dam and the whole stretch of the Kansas River. Anyone with a hand fishing license is not allowed to use hooks, scuba gear, any man-made fishing gear except a stringer, which is deployed only after a fish has been caught. See, so you can do it along certain places from a sunrise to sunset, so all day long, June 15th to the 31st.
Interesting.
Without a hand-filled license, I'm guessing.
I understand like the variation in hunting license where they have bow season and they have, you know,
And they have buck season and doe season
I
and
understand
black
all of
powder
that.
and
There is a
bow and
reason
rifle.
behind it. But what would be the reason behind you can't stick your hand in there and catch a fish versus using a pole?
If you
That
have a
just
hand license, you can't use a pole. Yeah.
that makes no sense.
You did a Georgia one. Did you do the fried chicken in Georgia?
No.
In Gainesville, let's see, it's illegal to eat a fried chicken except with your hands in Gainesville, Georgia.
I have heard that
In
before. I have heard that
in
before.
Gainesville County, Georgia, it is the law to eat a fried chicken in any other way except with your bare
Yep.
hands.
Well, you know, in the
As much
South,
as
we eat everything with our hands.
exactly, ooh, as much as the law might sound absurd, it is enforced. In 2009, a 91-year-old visitor from Louisiana was arrested and charged for eating fried chicken with a fork. The law has been in existence since 1965, and the art of eating fried chickens with your hands is considered a culinary delicacy sacred to this municipality.
I wonder who comes up with this shit.
I don't know. Here's a good one. Drivers must not pump their own gas. It's in Oregon and New Jersey. It is illegal for drivers to pump their own gas in the state of Oregon.
Wait
The
a
law
minute.
was passed in 1951 and seeks to reduce fire accidents caused by mishandling of flammable material by untrained personnel. And anyone violating this law is liable to a $500 fine. The law states that only the owner, pump operator, or employee is allowed to pump the gas. In 2015, the bill was enacted to a law to allow citizens living in less populated areas with less than 40,000 people to pump their own gas. A similar law also exists in New Jersey.
Okay, so in Oregon, I know
Uh-huh.
there was a point where they lifted that. I don't know if it's. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm on their Oregon Gov page. So it says temporary suspension for rules requiring attendance to pump gas at gas stations in Oregon ends May 23rd, 2020. So it was some temporary thing
Right.
where they actually allowed them, because I remember seeing all these videos of people like crying, like literally having a freaking meltdown
Because they had to
because they
pump
were
their
going to
own
have to
gas.
pump their own gas in Oregon. I mean, what? I've been pumping my own gas since I was 16 years old. But yeah, apparently it was some temporary thing.
That's crazy.
I wonder if it has to do with COVID. Yeah, I'm thinking it has to do with COVID. Because May 2020, that's about the time things started getting pretty down and dirty with it. Yeah, so it must be COVID related. But it seems like it was several years ago when I saw the videos, like way before COVID. So they must have had a temporary thing then.
All like, oh my God, the sky is falling just because
I know,
like,
right?
yeah, pump your own gas.
I mean, seriously, come on. That's part
And
of
hell,
owning a
even
car.
as kids, we'd get out and pump the gas for the adults. You know, geezo, pezo.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Let me see if there's a video with this. Oh, no video. I'll look and see if I can find a video. But I know that I saw some videos of it. It was some funny shit.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I've got about 40-ish or so laws here. Alphabetical ties. In Alabama, a rusted lug nuts. Here's one. It is prohibited to open an umbrella on a street. Alabama, dominoes may not be played on Sunday. In Alabama, Mobile to be precise, it is illegal to throw confetti or spray silly string. Okay. Alaska, Juneau, flamingos are not allowed in barbershops. Flamingos in Alaska. They're a southern bird. They eat shrimp. Alaska, yeah, they don't.
I was going to say, I don't think they have flamingos there, do they?
I would think regularly. Here's number 5. Denying someone a glass of water is prohibited in Arizona. So you can ask anybody for a drink of water and they have to give it to you.
So I can walk up to any house, knock on the door, and go, "Excuse me, I'd like a glass of water now."
That's the law. In Little Rock, Arkansas, dogs are not to bark after 6 p.m.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know dogs knew how to tell time.
That should be an interesting thing to make
try and enforce.
Dog
not happening
shut up.
very well.
Exactly.
In Burlingame, California, the spitting is only permitted on baseball diamonds. So I guess you have to walk out in the middle of the stadium and spat. In Colorado, it's illegal to collect rainwater. That doesn't make about
I've
much
heard
sense.
that before, and it has something to do with, well, you know, we know what the main thing is, government control. But
right. BLM, not Black Lives Matter, but BLM, Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah, and I remember
Department of the Interior tried to say that you collecting rainwater deprives the local streams and tributaries of needed water. So you're being selfish. I say it's my dirt, bite me, but that's just mine. Also in Colorado, it is illegal for car dealers to show cars on a Sunday. Didn't know that. In Connecticut, here's one. In Connecticut, a pickle is not a pickle unless it bounces.
Now, I have heard that. In fact, I think we talked about that one time.
Don't be a bouncing. It ain't a good one.
Didn't we talk about that one time? About pickles having to bounce?
I thought we had bouncing pickles.
I think we talked about that one time.
In Devon, Connecticut, one is not to walk backwards after sunset. Okay. Delaware, it is prohibited to fly over water without sufficient supplies. What the fire truck does that mean? You can't fly over. What do you mean sufficient supplies? 2,000 pounds of wheat, rice, and barley? What do you mean? I don't know. Florida, singing in public places while wearing a bathing suit is not allowed. So no drunken karaoke while you're in a G-string, I'm guessing. Also in Florida, skateboarding without a license is prohibited.
Where?
Florida.
The whole state?
Skateboarding without a license is prohibited.
Hell, Dylan Sass should be in jail then because he broke that law lots of times. I mean, seriously, when we lived down there, he would get up in the morning and he would leave. And he was only like 13 years old. He'd leave, go to the skate park, then he'd catch buses and go to some other skate parks, and he'd bring his ass back home.
There you go. He was on his board all day long.
All day long. I'm serious, for 3 years. That kid should be under the jail by now.
Did you do, I don't remember if you did Quiet Man, Georgia.
Did what?
Quiet Man, Georgia?
No.
Chickens are not permitted to cross the road.
That leads us to, why did the chicken cross the road?
Because he was told he couldn't.
We got the answer to that question now. Yes.
Exactly. In Hawaii, no billboards are allowed. Well, I can understand that. I mean,
no
it's kind
billboards?
Of a state. Yeah. I can understand that. Block up the scenery.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also in Hawaii, you cannot place a coin behind your ear.
Why?
Ooh, there's a
Wait.
lot of magicians
First,
that are out
first
of
off,
coin tricks there, baby.
why would you place a coin behind your ear?
Well, that's better than your jail purse.
But why? Why would you? What? And who could place one behind their ear and it would actually sit there?
I don't know. How much change can you carry behind? Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
In Idaho, it is prohibited to give a box of chocolates weighing more than 50 pounds.
Why?
Sugar diabetes?
That would last me for
Also,
a year. I mean, hell.
or more? Yeah,
Yeah,
50 pounds of
exactly.
chocolate. Good God.
Interesting.
Also in Idaho, no bicycles are allowed in tennis courts. Okay, I guess the net
That
trips them up.
I don't know that they should make it a law, but more of like a rule for the tennis court, just like the basketball court or something else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of
What do
course, you
you
don't
call
want bicycles on there because it's going to mess up the green. And the same thing with
right?
your basketball court. You don't want to mess up your floor, but to make it a law,
Right. What do you call a girl standing in the middle of a tennis court?
I don't know what.
A net.
Hey, that's my middle name.
Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. The giving of whiskey to dogs is prohibited. Also, in the Windy City, no kites allowed to be flown within the city limits. Well, that really takes the fun out of it. All that wind, and you can't fly a kite. In Indiana, hey, Mikey, here's one for your state. The value of pi is 4, not 3.145, et cetera, 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 et cetera. I could go on for another hour. Also in Iowa, the reading of palms is prohibited. I wonder if they mean leaves or hands. Palms, probably palms. In Kansas, we did fishing without hands. Louisiana, no false promises allowed. So, in other words, if you go to Louisiana, they ain't going to lie to you. Guaranteed. No promises allowed. You can sue them, I
Yeah,
guess. I don't know.
that's kind of crazy.
Let's see, Maine up there where the lobster are from. And nobody is to step out of a plane mid-flight.
Oh, that's what I want to do. The next time I fly, I want
Yeah, I don't need a round trip ticket. I just need half fare.
to. Now, how does
I'll get out
that
before we
apply
get there.
to like skydivers? Because aren't they technically
No, because
in?
mid-flight is halfway between hither and thar. Skydivers' point is to go up and jump out. That's he gets up there, and now if he
Huh,
stepped out early, maybe before he got to altitude, I don't know.
interesting.
Also in Maine, Christmas decorations must not be up past January 14th.
Huh,
Maryland, Baltimore. It is not
interesting.
permitted to take a lion to the movies.
I always wanted to take my pet lion to the movies.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
I guarantee you nobody'd sit near me.
Here, baby. Clarence, let's go see a movie. Let's see. In Massachusetts, beer is not to be given to hospital patients. Wow, that must really suck. In Detroit, Michigan, up there where Timmy is from, all putt-putt courses are to be closed no later than 1 a.m. Well, that really takes all the fun out of nude putt-putt, doesn't it? You have to get off the course by 1.
Yeah.
In Minnesota, nobody is to cross straight lines with a duck atop their head.
What? Repeat that
The cheese state, where they have all them cheese heads?
again? Yeah,
Well, anyway,
Wisconsin.
yeah, Minnesota. So I was wrong. Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Nobody is to cross state lines with a duck atop their head. It doesn't say hat. I'm guessing a real duck, so you can't wear a mallard from point A to point B.
My question is, who rides around with a duck sitting on their head?
Somebody had to so they could make a log in it. down there in Mississippi's neck of the woods. Anyone disturbing church services is subject to a citizen's arrest. Ooh, I guess you can get a whole lot of people pissed off at you that way. In Mole, Missouri, it is prohibited to frighten a baby. You can't go boogity, boogity, boogity and scare the little rat. In Billings, Montana, the raising of pet rats is prohibited. I guess you can raise them for food for the snakes, but not as your buddy. They must have been scared by that movie Willard way back in the day.
But it's okay to have a pet gerbil or guinea pig or just not rat.
Yeah, just not rats.
I generally don't want a pet rat. I generally would want to see it in a
in a snake's cage as lunch. Squashed.
Yeah,
on a stick, roasted.
Rat trap.
In a trap. Okay.
Yeah, I used to feed them to my snake.
There you go.
Oh, bitty pinkies.
In Lehigh, Nebraska, donut holes are not to be sold.
Why?
So I guess they can sell donut halves, just not holes.
I like the donut holes. I like the donut holes better than I like the donuts.
In Nevada, no camels are allowed on the highways.
Wait a minute. What state?
Nevada.
Do we have camels in Nevada?
Well, I know there's camels in the desert someplace. The Army
in the United States.
A bunch of them got loose if they haven't died. Yeah, in the U.S. The cavalry at one point tried to use camels in the Arizona arid kind of countries.
I didn't even know we had any here.
Yeah,
I mean, other than the zoo or something like that.
Well, I mean, they're not native.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't have a
native population. No
wild ones running around.
Well, now there might be a few wild ones out there that the Army let loose that haven't croaked out yet.
Interesting.
I know there's wild burros and wild mustangs, so why not?
I
don't know. Somebody can tell us in the chat rooms. I'm still. Let's see. In New Hampshire, tapping feet, nodding your head, or moving to music in any water is prohibited in restaurants. What the Sam Hill? How many restaurants have you been to in a swimming pool? You can't tap your feet, nod your head, or move to any music in water. In restaurants.
Dr. Gento said in Waynesboro, Virginia, it's illegal for a female motorist to drive her car along Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the vehicle, waving a red flag in his hand.
That's on one of my other pages. Yep, I have that one later on in one of the stories if we have time for it. Yep, I saw that too. Isn't that great?
Okie dokie.
Yeah, let's see. New Hampshire. We're up to just New Jersey. We haven't even made it to Washington yet.
Yeah, I don't think we may have to do this show at a double feature.
Yeah. See, New Jersey, it is required that a person lend a phone to another in need. So instead of saying, "Hey, buddy, you got a dime," you can say, "Hey, buddy, let me use your phone." And in Jersey, they gotta. In New York, no slippers before 10 p.m. How in the fire truck would they know? North Carolina, it is illegal to sing off key. I got to stay out of that state. I'm going to jail.
I would have to be completely quiet because
me three. North Carolina also, isn't that where Cougar's from? She's from North Carolina, isn't she? No bingo games shall last more than 5 hours.
And Stephen Lyles and Dylan.
Right, all of them. B17. You got to call numbers quick or get done. Let's see. North Dakota, the serving of beer and pretzels simultaneously is not allowed. Ohio, round at one end, round at both ends, and high in the middle. No one shall participate in a duel. You can't duel in Ohio. In Oregon,
But is that
drivers.
legal
Oh, we did that.
anywhere else that you
Yeah,
can?
not that I'm aware
I
of.
mean, you're basically one of you's going to die when you do a duel. So isn't that technically killing one person or
Yeah,
both
let's
if
not
you're
murder
both a good
this.
aim and fast enough?
Quit kill each other. Yeah, dual suicide. In Rhode Island, professional sports are not to be played on Sundays. I did not know that.
Me either.
Oh, goodness gracious. Tennessee, it is prohibited to catch a fish using a lasso. Utah, the drinking of milk is mandatory. And as we said, Washington is prohibited to harass a Bigfoot. That concludes my first page. I'm sure some of these
Okay.
are duplicates.
Well, huh.
Yes, my dear. Did I leave you hanging? I have more.
Uh, Go ahead and do more of yours because we're literally down to
About 10 minutes ish.
no about like 4 minutes or so till the music hits.
Oh, crocka. Okay, well,
We're
hey, let's
gonna
do
we're
a
gonna
one
have
street
a we're
thing.
gonna have a part two of this show like
We're going to have to.
next Saturday. Yeah.
Since we only got a couple of minutes, we always like to do our space thing. The building of the very first space hotel is to begin in 2025. That's not far off. Construction is due to begin in 2025 on the world's first space hotel in low Earth orbit that will include restaurants, a movie theater, spa, and rooms for 400 guests. Named the Voyager Station, the complex could be operated as early as 2027. So, hey, all of us old folks still have a chance to get it, to go see it. Developed by an Orbital Assembly Corporation, OAC, not to be confused with what's that brother's name? AOC? I couldn't resist. The project will be a large circle and rotate to generate gravity similar to that of the moon. Ooh, that'll be fun. We'll all be weightless. The plan is to construct the inner spinning wheel using robots in Earth orbit with individual pods then launched to attach on the outer edges of the wheel. OAC has said building costs for the project are getting cheaper due to the reusable launch vehicles such as the SpaceX Falcon 9 and the future Starship, but they did not reveal the estimated costs to construct the station, nor how much someone would have to pay to spend the night there. People will be able to purchase one of the 20 by 12 meter modules for a private villa or multiple modules to create a hotel with spa and cinema. Other modules are planned to be released or sold to private companies and the government. Starship and other future fully reusable spacecraft are expected to make the space station viable as well as environmentally eventually allow for regular and quick connections between Earth and Voyager.
Now
Wouldn't that be cool?
I wonder if this does become a reality.
Right?
Will people have to like train for
No,
so long?
no. As a matter of fact, they're getting ready to have an entire crew of civilians go up here relatively soonly. Hey, Dark Beetle. Hola,
So they
buddy.
won't be doing any
Um,
training or anything on the differences of, I'm sure you have to breathe different, and things like
no,
that because the
why?
oxygen's not going to be the same, and
Why
you
wouldn't
know,
the oxygen be the same?
no, I mean it just that's what my logic
Have you
tells
ever
me.
been
But
scuba diving? You take
you're
a
floating.
cylinder, fill it full of air, put it on your back, stick the regulator in your mouth, go underwater, and you're breathing. There's no air
Well,
around you.
yeah,
down
but you
there.
have
It'd
to
be the
train
same
for
thing in
that. How
space.
many people train to learn how to do that?
You put a regulator in your mouth and inhale, exhale, and there's really no training to it.
I don't know. My son went through some training to get certified for deep sea diving.
Oh yeah, so did I to get certified, but I mean to actually just do it. Anybody could do it.
I don't know. It just seems like there would have to be some kind of training involved somehow for a person to go from Earth.
Well, I would say that the law, where is it, in Maine, New Jersey, I think it was Maine, that said you can't exit the plane halfway. I'm pretty sure that would be the same thing there. You can't step out for a smoke on the patio.
That's true. That is very true. I don't know.
That's just my speculation, though.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna have a part 2 of this next Saturday. So
yeah, I've still got, there's like 3 pages that I didn't even touch on.
I got a slew of them. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, my other one is only 10 long.
I didn't realize there were this many stupid laws out there, but apparently so. So y'all come back next week to get the rest of them.
Thanks everybody for listening.